Hello children, today I am going to tell you the story about pictures from our vacation. Hey children, do you like to go on vacation? I love to go on vacation, especially on long holidays. Let's read the story. Mother, children and father. This 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 family members are going for vacation. What she is thinking? She is carrying so many bags on her shoulder, just like a donkey carrying a goods sack on its back. What he is thinking? He's thinking like he's gonna climb on mountain. What she's thinking? She's thinking this is going to be so fun. He is thinking about butter tarts in the bag. See, all are ready to go on vacation. Just before they got in the car to go on their vacation, their mother said, "Oh, I almost forgot." From her bag, she pulled out a little camera for a little girl and for her brother. And the camera took tiny pictures just like this that shot out right away. We could watch the pictures appear, then peel off the bags and stick them on something. They have stick their picture on the notebook. Our mom gave us notebook to stick them in. I took my first picture by mistake. There will be souvenirs of their vacation, she said. We used to take pictures, so it will be souvenir for our memories, right? So start from this point, they have to go to here, the old family farm. So this is the map. We were going to the old family farm. No one lived at the farm anymore, but our grandparents were spending the summer there and we were going to visit them. The old farm was far away and it would take a long time to drive there, but we had a bag filled with things to do, and where we ran out, we could always look out the window. But there wasn't anything to look out at the window there. Once in a while there was a bridge or some cows. After a while I saw an orange truck. Where is an orange truck? This is an orange truck with the word yellow, YELLOW on it. This is the orange truck and the word is written yellow on it. And I saw a sign for a motel. This is a sign for a motel that had a red roof. See, the red roof. I decided that if I had a motel, I would call it the Blue Motel. Blue Motel? Yes, she is thinking of Blue Motel. And the motel would be like, it would be the kind of motel that has separate cottages just like this. On the outside they would all be blue, but inside each one would be different. The jungle cottage. The jungle cottage would have hammocks. The shore would be a waterfall. Wow! There would be a sun cottage. The bed would glow like the sun. See, the bed is glowing like the sun. But you could turn it off at night, otherwise you won't be able to sleep. Maybe the lampshades would have clouds on them that would spin around the sun. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. There would be heat in the carpet. Wow, that's amazing. You would need to wear sunblock in there. There would be a cottage where a whole wall would be an aquarium with real fish. Maybe it would have sand on floor and buckets and shovels. At night you could build a bonfire, but just a small one. The flower garden cottage, wow, it's really beautiful, would have real grass. There would be a moon cottage, all silvery, just like moon, and deep blue, and a star cottage. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, a star cottage. She is thinking all this thing about the motel. People would be so surprised when they opened the door and went inside. By the time I stopped thinking about the blue motel, it was dark and we were looking for a real motel. The real motel was called the Shangri-La. The sign said it had a pool, but there was a pool, it didn't have a water in it. So sad. The second day was almost exactly the same as the first day, except that for lunch we stopped at a place where you could get gravy on your french fries, and except that at the end of the day we drove up the driveway to the farm. Our dad saw happy memories everywhere. Our dad was showing happy memories everywhere. Hey, look, all we could see was old furniture and dust. Our mom said, let's play badminton. Then we went to play badminton. But the rackets were shaped like potato chips. You can see, the rackets are shaped like potato chips because they had been left out in the barn for so long. We played for about 1 minute and it started to rain. So we ran to the house to wait for the rain to pass over. But it rained for days. So we passed our time playing cards with the family, our grandma and grandfather, mom and dad, and brother and sister. Then we pass our time painting something, then playing cards and reading stories or newspapers too. No one could believe how much it was raining. Our grandmother said it had not rained for weeks. The television got three channels: the Stripe channel, the channel that show what you could watch if you had a better TV, and the French channel. Where is the English channel? My brother asked. Between England and France, said our grandfather. Then our mother explained how this was a joke. And this these pictures were taken by my brother of me, but you can't see my face over here. We thought it might never stop raining, but then it did. Let's go swimming. My dad said, let's go swimming. He knew about a secret swimming spot. He used to go there all time with his cousins. We parked the car over here behind an old apple stand and headed for the secret patch. The secret path was even more secret than our dad remembered. See, they are going via secret path. But it was very secret than their dad remembered. This was never here before. Daddy said, this was never here before. But don't worry, it's a big lake. There will be all kind of places to swim. So we hiked back to our car and drove around looking for one. We drove and drove and drove, but we didn't even see a lake. Maybe we went the wrong way. See, they drove from here to there. There. They can't see the lake. They can't see the lake. What is this? Maybe there was a lake or maybe there wasn't. So like this they drove, and then they stop over here. We stopped at the park where there were hills that had been built by people in ancient times. They built them so that from the sky they looked like a giant sculpture of a serpent. It was a mystery how they did this without being able to see it from the sky. We couldn't see it from the sky either. From the earth, the hills just looked like hills. Our mother went off to ask for directions. We watched a squirrel eat noodles from a Chinese food container that someone had left on the ground. And this is a hill. Maybe from the sky it looks like a snake. There was a squirrel here, but she ran away. And we were about to cut the picture of a container of Chinese food only. We got in the car again, but it didn't feel like we would ever get to a lake or anywhere else. And then suddenly there it was. Some people were putting their boats on in the water and they wanted their dog to go with them. Every time they were ready to go, the dog jumped out of the boat and swam away. See? The dog jumped out of the boat and swam away. Jessie, they shouted. Jessie, come. Jessie wouldn't come. They had to get out and wade after him or her. It happened over and over. We watched them for a while and then we ran all the way out to the end of the dock. See, all are fishing something. A family was fishing out there, a mother and a father and a boy. They smiled and said hi, but then they spoke in another language. I didn't get it. They seemed excited. We thought they were telling us about all the fish they were catching. That's a lot of fish, we said. No, said the boy. He spoke in English. They are saying that a storm is coming. Look, he pointed, and we saw that it was true. The storm came up so fast that we barely made it to the gazebo in the middle of the docks. I asked our dad if on our next vacation we could go someplace like Disney World. I asked our mom, can we do something fun tomorrow? She said, well, actually, we have to go to a memorial service. What is a memorial service? I asked her. It's a kind of church service, she said. Do I have to wear a dress? I asked. Mom said, yes, darling, you have to. She has wore a dress. I was thinking that this was turning out to be a stupid vacation. She's thinking like that. This is gonna be a stupid vacation. When my brother said that there were cars coming up the driveway, a lot of cars, voice started to float up through the crack in the floor. Then everyone went to a church, including us. And in the church, they all were talking like, how long has it been? So good to see you again. How was the drive? Like this, they all were talking to each other. The inside of the church was pink. The church service was about our dad's great aunt Charlotte, who had died a while ago. She had been old. Everyone still missed her, and they all wanted to tell stories about her. How, when she was young, she learned to fly an airplane when hardly any woman did that. How once She chained herself to a big old tree trunk that was going to be bulldozed. And how, before she died, she said, "It's been a long journey." "This is strange." I whispered to our dad. "That Aunt Charlotte sounded interesting." He whispered back that she was a little bit ornery. "Like you," he said. It turned out that practically everybody who was there was related to us somehow. Even some people I had never met before. We all went back to the farm. See, the people we never met before, but with them we all back to the farm. I didn't take any pictures that day. This is a really good dessert we invented. Strawberry and whipping cream. We climbed some trees too. Or next, everyone had a story about poisoning. Watch out, it's everywhere. Our cousin found an insect called a walking stick. Oh, at night, while we were falling asleep, he also fell asleep. Me too. Some light and lot of talking came up through the grate. Everyone had to leave after a few days, but even when they did, the old house didn't feel empty the way it had at first. Then we had to leave too. In the car, I took out my notebook and looked at the pictures. This is the first picture he took. This is the picture I took it from window. And this is the picture I was thinking about. The motel had a pool, but it didn't have a water in it. And this is a racket. It's shaped like a potato chip. And this was taken by my brother. And these are the heels. And these are the Chinese food container. The squirrel was eating something and suddenly it ran away when I was taking picture. This don't remind me that much of our vacation, I said. My brother took out his notebook too. Mine either, he said. This is the car picture we were playing while it was raining. While daddy was driving car. While we were driving. So these are the pictures we took during our vacation. "You should make sure there is a person in the picture," said our dad. "Pictures are always more interesting if there is a person in them." "I think you were having too much fun to stop and take pictures," said our mom. "Maybe we need better cameras," I said. I looked out the window and there were big electrical towers alongside the highway. I took a picture of them too. In the picture, they just look like electric towers. In my mind, they look like giant robots marching across the earth, carrying the electricity along in their hands. It's probably hard to take a picture that shows that even with a really good camera. And it's hard to take a picture of a story someone tells or what it feels like when you are rolling down a hill or falling asleep in a house full of cousins and uncles and aunts. There are a lot of things like that. But those kind of pictures I can keep in my mind. She's thinking. Like this, they enjoy their vacation. So this was the end of the story.